Guys, so I'm going to show everyone how to make a sand game. So sand, S-A-N-D, that's what it's called. It's a game where you just count numbers until you win. And this is how you do it, okay? So you're going to get your phone. You can do it without, and actually the main way to do it is without anything. You just kind of keep it on your head and count everything. But with a phone or a device, you can do it with a text file. It's very simple. You just need a text file, and then it stores everything for you, which is it's pretty cool. Like right now, I just feel like playing. Right, so I'm gonna show everyone. So it's what you do. You go to your text. You go to your where your files are. Go to documents or wherever you want to put it, and then I don't know, I'll make a new folder. Call it sand saves or something. And then you do a new text file. Uh, so I just call it. You just call it wallet. It's way cooler if you just call it wallet or something like that, like something to hold something. And you just do that, and then you put all the information inside. So what you do is you start a new one. So you either say your score or you have to figure out the secret code, which lets you run it without having to set a score. Basically, you just run it as long as you want, and then you just stop it. You got to put something secret though at the beginning if you want to do that. If not, you got to set a score. So at the beginning, you either put the score at the top. I'm gonna show everyone the other way though, because the score one you just put. Let's say you wanted to go to 25, you just go to 25, and then you start. There's a couple things you got to do first, and then 25. So then you would put all the information, right? So you would put the name of the game, the symbol, and the reason for playing. And then you also want to put your avatar and your avatar's house. House. And then you can start putting numbers as one. Then you put whatever, right? But the thing is, if you don't want to play with a score, then you got to put something special in the game, right? So I'm not gonna play by score. And it kind of just opens it up to where you can play like as long as you want. So I'm gonna take off the score.
Is that you?
What?
Right here? Bring them up, please. Bring them up.
So I took off the score, and then what you're going to do is add a code at the beginning. What you say is the name and symbol. Okay, hold on. Let me fill up everything first. So the name of the game is going to be, I'll call it Koif. Then the symbol is going to be the symbol of a Koif. And then the reason for playing is pass time until I have something new. Something. Right? And then my avatar and house. Okay, so what you do, we just keep it. Let's put character, because character sounds better than avatar. So you don't have to put it on the, see with this thing when you're using a text file, you don't have to put it on the text file. You just imagine it And then whenever you look at character and house, you just know what you put. So, like from a character, I guess from a character, I'll look like that ninja thing I do with the. It's like this. No, I have to put a coif because the symbol's a coif. So my character will be some kind of coif guy with like shoulder pads, and he's like ready to go. Okay, so and then the house will be like this wooden cabin in the forest with like a fireplace and a bed, and that's where you start. Okay, so that's where it is. Okay, so once you got that down, then you got to put the secret one to make sure you can play without having to put a score. And what you do is you put the name and symbol, and then you put your name and symbol. So coif. I'll put coif. Is what the numbers I add to linearly are organized with the name and symbol, and then your symbol and name is what the numbers I add to linearly are organized with. Which oh wait, no wait. See, okay, look. See, if you want to store it in your memory, then you're gonna have to write this. The name and symbol coif is what the numbers I add to linearly are organized with, which the brain stores however it can as data. So you add which the brain stores however it can with data. And if you want to store it, that's what you do. But I don't want to store this one because it's just a chill one. So I'm going to delete that part. So organize with. So once you write that, you're going to see that now you can actually play without a limit. So the reason why you got to put that is because if you don't put that, then the numbers, it's creepy to use numbers without a limit. Okay, so you want to use a limit of some sort so it actually makes sense. And that's what you do. You add the name and symbol. Coif is what the numbers I add to linearly are organized with. And you're going to see that the numbers you're adding are the one, and then you just keep adding numbers for as long as you win, right? So when you play without a score limit, there must be some kind of static score, right? So I guess we'll put the modes at 25. I guess increments of 25. So every time you get 25 things in your game, it's like a victory, I guess. So once you add 25 numbers, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, but the thing is, I mean, if you want to just add numbers and say you won, I guess you could do that. But you got to put things in the numbers. And you actually cannot, I don't suggest writing a number before. You got to write it linearly as you're adding stuff. So 1, you got to figure out what 1 is first. And then you're like, okay, so, well, what are you going to put down for 1? And then 2, see, you just keep adding stuff, right? But the thing is, the bigger it gets, the bigger your world map gets. Because you got to see, since you have a character in a house, like, every number you add adds like a more of the map to your world map. So you can, like, at the end of it, whenever you want to stop, you can draw out your map and all the numbers are like a location on the map. And all you got to do is get to 25 to win the first one. And if you want to continue, you just keep going 25s for the unscored one. Unless you want to do a scored one where you go a perfect score. That one's pretty fun because then you know you won, like, according to the score you chose. So So now let's talk about what you should add, right? Now, what you should add is interesting things, okay? So things that are really interesting. And the word interesting is just a word, I know, but like things that get your attention, like things that you want it to be in the game. Like that's why it's a game, because you're choosing with your deepest judgment what do you want to be in this game to make it badass as fuck, basically. So let's say I wanted to add a number, right? I'm like, all right, I have a guitar here, so I'll add a number. Let's play through the song. You know what? I don't want to do that because it's too difficult, I promise. Like I'm kind of tired of guitar, but you could do that. Like put a guitar, and then if you play through the song, once you feel satisfied with what you did with the guitar, then you could say you did it, and that adds to your score. So, and what you do is just kind of keep track of what you're doing in real life. So like once I made this wallet, you're like, okay, so what did I do first? I'm like, okay, so right now I'm making this video. So I guess I'll put finish video explaining the sand. I have to capitalize it because I can't put it. Right? So that's my first thing to do. So once I finish this video and post it or whatever, or finish it, then I'm done with number one. You get it? So now you got a score on your thing. So now you go to number two. And you're like, okay, so what do I do next? And you just kind of sit there and you wait, or you either wait or just kind of try to figure out what it should be, basically. And you just kind of do that by figuring out what's going on around you in your moment, right? So the first one was the video. So after the video's done, or so you could either do something that's happening to you, or you can put something that's like if, let's say I want to draw a picture of a castle. You're like, okay, so for number two, I'll draw a picture of a castle. And then you just get out a piece of paper, draw the best picture you can make, and maybe it's a painting, I don't know. And once you're done with it, then you just add it to the list, and you're like, okay, so that's something else I did. Right? But you gotta see, the point of it is to be a game. That's why I took it away from being a computer, because like a computer, it's just better off as a game, guys. Like you guys need to just figure out why yourself. Because after all I've said, right, so then you just keep adding things. And once you get to 25, then you're like, okay, so I won the first one. And then you just keep going increments. You can also make a number of commands. So you could be like, 3 will be clear vision. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be something complex. It could just be something that you're adding. So, clear vision for my body. Right? And just because you added that, like that's a thing. So that counts as a score. So what the point of all this is, just whenever you have free time, you're like, okay, I'll go up to 10. I don't know, I'm bored. And you just start doing things. Right? I mean, and if you want to do something intense, you'd be like, man, I'll go up to 1,000. And then you're like, all right, everyone will be like, I want to see that shit. Right? So, and it's all custom based off what happens, what you put in. So like, that's why it's cool about it. It's like, I did all this after studying all the games that I've seen, like Hearthstone, WoW, Minecraft, League. And I was like, I gotta make a simple ass game, dude. Like something so simple. And this is what I came up with. So it's called Sand. All you gotta do is follow it, and whenever you want, and then whenever you want, if you don't finish and you lose, that's fine. You just end it and close the file. If you want to make a new one, then you just start up another text file. If you want to keep it all in the same folder, like your saves and stuff, then that's cool. But I did design it to be left like without paper or pencil or computer or anything. Like you just play in your head. This is the general process that you do, but you could just play in your head, and it's pretty cool because you'll just be walking around like maintaining the seed until you win or lose, whatever happens. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I guess the last thing I'll say is, if the cool part about it is the PvP is aspect is, if people find out you're playing, then they're probably gonna start attacking you, like, and your seed. So you gotta like defend it or like do things to make sure it doesn't get destroyed, right? Because they could start feeding you seeds or making you angry, and then you have to stop, right? So that's the PvP aspect. And it's online. You can add a number, right, and be like, here, I want to add some people. So for my group, add group, and then you invite the people by making a list or whatever, right? So you make the people, and then you could play with them basically. Like, see, it's all custom. Like that's what I was trying to do, was make a game like that. So if anyone has any suggestions to add, like, that's cool and all. But like, this is how I've been playing it. That's all I want to share. Thanks.